Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. I am Mr. Blast with Mr. Blast Reviews, and today we are taking a look at Super 7 Ultimate RAPHAEL from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're going to go over his articulation, we're going to take a look at all of his accessories, his paint apps, and his overall aesthetics. Is he a good figure? Let's get him off the stand and find out. Alright, now he's off the stand and we can take a nice closer look at Super 7 Ultimate's RAPHAEL. I'm going to preface this and say that he is my favorite turtle because he's just RAPHAEL. You know, he's always been my favorite turtle. He's got that attitude, he's got that I'm just going to fight you on every avenue, and I might be like that in real life sometimes. But anyway, he's a nice looking figure. It's not without his shortcomings. But he's a really, really nice representation of essentially a remade version of the original Turtles from way back in, I believe those are 1988 or 87. Someone fact check me on that. I know we had the 88 remastered figures because I'm doing this review like way after these came out. So we've got a lot more Turtles in the line to compare these to, but these look really, really nice. I love the way the remastered or remade heads look, the head sculpts. They fixed a lot of different things that I think are for the better. So, but let's just take a look real quick at the overall figure. Some really nice detail. I love the detail on the shell. He's got the scratches all over him. He should have the most damage on him. RAPHAEL he's a fighter. He likes to pick fights, and he never wants to admit defeat. So let's take a look at his articulation. He's got a ball peg underneath here. It's really tough to get these heads off. That's why I leave him on. You struggle. He can look up that far. He can't really look down all that much just because of the way it's shaped underneath here to make him look down. But that's all right. There's no neck joint or anything in here. It's just solid. That's all. It's one solid piece. Let's put his arms up, get him into a T-pose, and yeah, he holds a T-pose pretty good. Can we spin his arm around? Yes, we can. Okay, cool. So we'll pick it back up. We will check the bicep, and he's got a nice bicep swivel. It's a little bit loose. Much like the arms here, they are soft ratchets. I fear in the future this could become a problem if you handle your figures a lot. If you don't, then you should be okay. So just be careful going forward. Let's check the elbow, and you've got a 90-degree angle. There is no 45. There is no double-jointed elbow. It looks like it should have one, but it's just that. That's all you get. Wrist swivel. You can go back yay far. You can go forward that much as well. Now, I previously reviewed Leonardo, and I realized that this is an earlier release. This is the earliest Turtle release in Wave 1. So he has different hands compared to what Leo has. I want to say Leo is somewhere near the end of this run that they did with the villains and stuff like that, but we'll double check. We'll see exactly where he stands. Raph definitely is a first run figure, and I feel like they fixed a few things along the way, but it doesn't make it that it's a bad figure. It is a good figure. I just feel like he's not as good as Leo, so I'm glad that they fixed things as they went along. It's good for a consumer and good for the company as well. So you can see a little bit of detail on his shell here, his damage, basically his battle damage, which is really cool. The sai really stick out. They're huge. I don't think they're that big in the show, or maybe the comic. I'm not really sure. I don't know if that'd be the ideal place to put the sai, but I understand this is just straight up aesthetics. You want your weapons to show. I want to say in later releases of RAPHAEL on different lines, they put them back here, much like Michelangelo, where he's got his nunchucks in the back as well. I want to say maybe at some point there was a Michelangelo who had his nunchucks in the front. I could be wrong though. I'm actually looking at the storage shell turtle and the original like re-release turtles, and Michelangelo does not keep his nunchucks in the front. Maybe there was, maybe it's a fever dream, I have no idea. Getting back on topic here, you can see his nice leather belt all the way around. You can fit that giant knife in the back here. It does work. I actually have it, although mine is pretty warped, but it does fit. Yeah, it fits in there. It's just curled at the bottom. It's just from sitting in the package. It happens. Like I always say, you can run some warm water underneath these and hold it there for a while, and then you can use something to flatten it out. It should fix the issue. Just don't go too crazy with it. But yeah, mine's pretty mangled. That's all right. These little extra accessories, I usually don't display them with the figure anyway. I'm so terrified of losing them. So moving down to his thighs, he can do the splits really easily. And it's just simple soft ratchets underneath here. So be really careful posing them. Mine, they move pretty easily. He's got the thigh swivel as well right there. Let's put those legs back down. He does not have a double jointed knee. He only go about 90 degrees. You guys can see that. It'll probably help, right? Let's put that back up. The foot, you can straight up ballerina toes, which is really good. You can go up that far as well. No toe pivot, but you do have the ankle rocker. So you can move that back and forth. Absurdly, actually. So, but yeah, he's a nice looking figure. He's got the yellow paint right here. This is painted on just like the original figures. So it's very prominent. It's a nice R right in the middle of his belt. Looking at his face sculpt, you can see... I'm going to raise up the camera real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. So we fixed the camera. There we go. So you can kind of see his face sculpt. I'm trying to get the light on it, but it looks really good. Mine's got a little bit of a scuff right here, unfortunately, but it happens. But he still looks really good. The back of the head, you can see where the ball peg is in there. He can't really look down, but you can kind of get a good look in there. The red mostly matches here to the back of the bandana. You can slightly tell there's a paint color difference. But again, I'm not that picky. I just thought I'd point it out and let you guys know. But he's a really nice representation of Raph. So let's take a look at all of his accessories. As you guys know, if you've ever purchased a Super 7 figure, they don't skimp out on accessories. They give you a lot. So let's put Raph off to the side here. First one we're going to look at is just like Leonardo and all the others. They come with this brown rack that you really can't stand up until you take this off. This is just a throwback to the original weapons that the original Turtles came with. This is not something that I would personally use, but it'd be really cool to display it. Just like Leo, it comes with these, the Ninja Stars, whatever this thing is called, this and this. And the Sire, just, you know, his signature weapon, of course. Again, I don't know how well this will stand up. If I take this off, it'll probably just fall over like the other one did. If anyone has any ideas how to make these stand up, or just say, hey, don't use them. I don't use them, Mr. Blast, so don't use them. But there you go. We'll put that down. We'll take a look at the other head sculpt that he comes with. And this is it's a really good representation. It's a throwback. I would call it a remake of that original figure. My teeth are actually all painted in nicely. There's no scuffs that I can see off the top of my head. The headband is actually different. It's not as long. The headband that they put on these guys, I think it actually more represents the 2003 Turtles. But you can see the difference in length on those, so. But it looks like a really nice head sculpt. All right, moving on to all of the hands. Now, this is something that I noticed when I opened it up. Both Turtles that I've done so far, they've each got these open hands. These are for that turtle communicator. So you can actually fit it into his hands, make it look like he's talking to his brothers and, you know, communicating with them on a mission against Shredder or whatever. And then these, and again, I did not notice this on the previous video, but if you look, this is one of the default hands that he comes with already on there. And you can see which way the peg rocks back and forth, like this. So we'll put this one down, and if you look, you can see this hand, even though it looks exactly the same, it actually has the peg that rocks a different way. So this is actually a pretty neat little detail. I never would have thought this. I think Leonardo has the same thing. I didn't quite catch it on the last one that I did for him, on the last review I did, but just something I thought I'd point out. So if it looks like you've got two sets of hands that are exactly the same, they're not. You've got open hands that you can put Psy into, but they rock a different way. So showing them side by side, you can see these hands are exactly the same. There's a left hand and a right hand. And they change the position of the peg where the rocker is, which is pretty cool. just thought it's something I'd point out just in case you guys are like, why did I get two different sets of hands? You've got his turtle communicators. Raph's is actually different from Leo. His is actually purple in the center. There's the open one and then the closed one. Okay. He's got the standard Ninja Star. The little silver ones right here. Nothing special about that. And like I showed you, he's got this dagger sword thing and then the other dagger here. This actually has a name, I believe. So if you guys know it, let me know down in the comments below. Yes, you can Google it. It's okay to cheat and figure out the answer. Okay, we'll put that down. We also have this little knife right here. Same thing. This one's actually not warped. I'm actually really happy. I think it's because the plastic is thicker. He does come with a delicious looking slice of pizza, which he does hold really well if you have the right hand on there. Okay, and then he's got the classic Sai. The ones that are not brown, they're like gray plastic. These are not nearly as warped as the ones that are painted silver for mine. I think this plastic is slightly thicker. So this one's got a little bit of a bend to it, but my silver ones were really bent up, and I've tried heating them up. I probably just need to actually heat them up really good. Maybe get a hairdryer on them, to be honest, and then just set a book on top to flatten them out. If anyone knows of a better way, please let me know. But you got those. And he has a lot of accessories. This is a really nice version of Raphael. So before we go, let me do a quick comparison to that 1988 remastered Raphael. Here we go. Looks nice. This is a much brighter red than the red they use on this guy. This is more, I would say, comic accurate as far as the red goes. This is more game cartoon. But I think the red on this guy is showing up more bright than it should, actually. It is a bright red, but the camera's definitely doing it more justice. And the back, you can see he actually has both of them. And they look good together. So, if you guys would like to get your very own Super 7 Ultimates Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, be sure to check out Big Bad Toy Store. I will leave a link down in the description below. Stay tuned to the end of the video. We'll show some figure shots and a little nice comparison of classic remastered Raph compared to remade Raph. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am Mr. Blast with Mr. Blast Reviews, and I hope to catch you guys on the next video. Later!